ruling. This came from a federal judge in Chicago. A little bit of history. If you remember the Heller versus D.C. ruling that went back to 2008, and that set the heart of the controversy of what's going on in the Washington, D.C. laws. That goes back to the Adam Kokesh issue, where they said that you could not have a loaded gun in Washington, D.C. Heller versus D.C. established that the Second Amendment is about an individual right to keep and bear arms. Now, of course, you know that from the preamble to the Bill of Rights. You know that from looking at the context of all the Bill of Rights, that they're about individual rights. They're not setting aside rights for some kind of a National Guard that came about quite a bit after that. They're about individual rights. And that's what the Supreme Court held in Heller versus D.C. But then, of course, they pushed back and they said, well, that was a federal jurisdiction, so it doesn't apply in the states. Then 2 years later, McDonald versus Chicago established the fact that an individual right to keep and bear arms applied outside of federal jurisdictions. But the city of Chicago didn't like that, and so this is what they did. They enacted one of the most draconian gun control laws in the city's history. They allowed for ownership permits to be issued, but only if you took training at shooting ranges. But guess what? They banned the shooting ranges. They also required every gun to be registered, 5 hours of training, penalties for transporting legally owned firearms, possession of firearms only inside your owner's residence, when you had to have the guns locked inside your residence, a ban on laser sights, and even banning real firearms on movie and TV sets. This is what's meant by infringement. You couldn't get a better definition of this or a better example of infringement. And so this was struck down by a judge. This is a judge that was appointed by Obama. And this is what he had to say. The right to keep and bear arms is a right to acquire a firearm. Wouldn't you think so? Same as ammunition. Ammunition is also included in that. That's their strategy now, is to cut off ammunition.
The InfoWars crew absolutely loves coffee because we love being awake. And I am somewhat of a connoisseur of coffee. So many times you go to a restaurant or even to a coffee shop and the coffee tastes like garbage. And in all the different coffees I've tried, my favorite is grown in the high mountains, in shade, Arabica, on the border with Guatemala in southern Mexico by the Chiapas farmers. I make sure we've done the research. I make sure it's the very best product that we can offer you when I put my name on it. And I believe, and it's my taste, so you may differ, that this is the best coffee in the world from southern Mexico. Wake Up America Patriot Blend, 100% organic, Arabica shade grown. And then we have the Immune Support 100% organic coffee infused with a special type of mushroom known to boost the immunity.
This coffee is seriously so smooth. I normally have to douse my coffee with cream and sugar and cinnamon and all kinds of tasty treats, but this, I drink this black. It is so good.
Well, that's why I like it, is that it has a kick, it has really good caffeine in it, it has a good clean wake up that lasts for a long time, doesn't give me a headache, but it's so smooth, it's so delicious. Just try it out for yourself. I'm telling you, this is my favorite coffee. We went through a lot of trouble to bring you this. Just try it, and I think you'll be hooked like we are here at InfoWars. Well, folks, find out for yourself and support the information war today. It's all available at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139.